nuclear developments and others. I want to talk about a couple of topics dealing with the Iranian dimension of the Arab Spring and what it means for the balance of power in the region. Iran is determined to be a regional hegemon, and one of the reasons behind its nuclear power is its desire to be the top regional country or any other. Now, if you look at the Arab Spring from Iran's standpoint, they could see certain positive developments. For example, the turmoil in the region has allowed its nuclear program to proceed under the radar screen as the U.S. and our allies are focused very much on how to deal with the new democratic forces that have been unleashed. It now appears that they are not only developing this nuclear trigger, but they have been able to overcome the Stuxnet worm, and their levels of uranium enrichment now exceed those before the attack. Egypt will normalize relations shortly with Iran. They've allowed Iranian warships to pass through the Suez Canal for the first time since 1979. Egypt will put less pressure on Iran's Hamas ally, indeed brokered an agreement between Hamas and Fatah, and probably put less pressure on Iran's nuclear program. The Hamas-Fatah deal, looked at from Iran's standpoint, will get their surrogate more deeply into the West Bank and potentially into the next government after the 2012 elections. The notorious Al-Quds force of the Revolutionary Guards is, as we speak, now in Syria, helping Bashar Assad suppress the opposition through both arms and sophisticated internet blockage, just as they did to their own opposition in Iran. And this puts Iran, for the first time, squarely in a neighboring state of Israel. The negatives, on the other hand, of the Arab Spring from Iran's standpoint, I think, potentially outweigh those that are positive. For one thing, in the most broad sense, it's discredited the entire Iran and Al-Qaeda model of violent revolution. Their crackdown after their June 2009 presidential elections, and more recently during the 2011 Arab Spring, was an enormous variance with the democratic movements and stirrings in the Muslim world. There is indeed the most serious power struggle internally since 1979 between Ayatollah Khomeini and Ahmadinejad, with the president weakened. It's very difficult to see how this will play out, but it is relevant that with all of his rantings and all of the danger he himself provides, that Ahmadinejad did accept the agreement that was reached in Geneva for at least a first step to try to compromise on the enriched uranium issue, and was overruled by the Ayatollah. Another negative from Iran's standpoint of the Arab Spring